na zawadi zingine. Mombasa, Tuasija. Tarehe 13 Ijumaa tutakuwa Sauti House, Moi Avenue, Canon Tower, Ganjoni, Likoni, Kenyatta Avenue, Sabasaba, Changamwe, Kisauni, Shanzu, Bombolulu na Kongowea. Pata app ya Risiti Legit kwa Google Play Store au App Store kwa maelezo ya kuingia katika mashindano ya Risiti Legit. G-Nice na Risiti Legit. KRA, tulipe ushuru tujitegemee.
My name is Natalie Mwende. I am 10 years old. I dance at All Stars Movers Dance Academy.
We are going to be reading a few stories about boys or men from around the world who dared to be different.
And thank you all for tuning into another recipe. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make the yummiest vanilla cupcakes at the comfort of your home.
I'm going to teach you how to make a spiral ornament.
The holiday season is here again.
Surprise! Bella Christmas!
It's family time.
Hey!
It's a season to be jolly, and so grab a seat, relax as your favorite Christmas hosts line up to indulge you this year.
You want some of me?
We got Mr. Claus, the famous Father Christmas. We've got the elves and the reindeers. There's lots of foods and drinks to go around. Great music for the soul.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me Ajakule.
It's unbeatable. It's joyous. It's Christmas on KBC Channel 1.
Good evening, welcome to Prime Edition. I am Cynthia, Nyamai, and happy Jamhuri Day. Today, we covered stories for you on all the pomp and color as the nation celebrated Jamhuri Day, and also the president took advantage of the platform to talk about Shah, and that now parents will have to accompany their children to school when schools open in January to have their children registered. That and much more, but first, let's have the highlights.
Wakati wazazi mtarudisha watoto wenu shuleni, tunataka kila mzazi aandamane na mtoto wake ndio tuweze kusajili watoto wote wa Kenya, ili watoto wote wa Kenya tuwapangie mambo yao ya afya.
60 years and counting, President William Ruto leads Independence Day celebration, urging support for the Social Health Authority and national unity. State commendations. Over 500 citizens were honored for their contributions to nation building. withstanding the test of time. Tonight, we feature a Nairobi fast food restaurant that has been serving since 1963. Our sign language interpreter is Lensa Odingo. And remember, we would love to hear from you. You can send us your comments on our social media pages, KBC Channel 1, that is Twitter, Facebook. Now, parents will be required to accompany their children when schools reopen to have them registered under the Social Health Authority. President William Ruto, who led the 61st Jamhuri Day celebrations in Nairobi, said that more Kenyans have so far registered to Taifa Care, with the numbers surpassing 16 million. During the celebrations, speakers emphasized the importance of uniting the country, with the president commended for reaching out to other leaders, including President Uhuru Kenyatta.
The historical Uhuru Gardens played host to the 61st Jamhuri Day celebrations, the third under the leadership of President William Ruto. The celebrations were being marked with key focus on jobs, labor mobility and entertainment. From as early as 6 a.m., Kenyans were eager to hear from the president, who arrived at the gardens a few minutes to 10 a.m. Also present at the gathering was Gambian President Adama Barrow, who commended Kenya for its role in securing regional peace and unity.
The Republic of Kenya has continued to take giant steps on democratic governance, peace and security in the region.
Thank you for reaching out to as many stakeholders as possible to bring everyone on the table so that we can all pull in one direction.
The conversation around Social Health Authority took center stage, with President William Ruto targeting learners yet to be registered.
Wakati wazazi mutarudisha watoto wenu shuleni, tunataka kila mzazi aandamane na mtoto wake, ndio tuweze kusajili watoto wote wa Kenya, ili watoto wote wa Kenya tuwapangie mambo yao ya afya.
The head of state used the occasion to call out his critics, especially on social media, saying that despite being open to criticism, the public should be wary of growing disinformation and propaganda.
When we say that the cost of basic commodities has come down, it is a fact. When we say that Kenyans who have registered for Taifa Care are receiving better services than before, it is a fact. We encourage everyone, including our critics, to engage on the basis of facts and the truth. If some of us persist in the culture of reckless negativity, for how long will cynics mobilize Kenyans to deny facts that they can feel, that they can touch, and they can see?
He also highlighted the numerous job opportunities created by government projects, including the affordable housing program that has so far created 200,000 jobs across the building and construction value chain. On labor mobility, the president outlined the government's goal to ensure 2 million Kenyans are connected to jobs abroad.
In the last 2 months alone, 12,000 have secured jobs abroad.
While citing growth in the agriculture sector, President Ruto said that currently Kenya has substantial food stock to cater for more households.
We are also firmly on the path towards surplus production. Food is now more accessible to households than before.
To ensure local artists benefit from their work, he called on the Copyright Society of Kenya to put in place a transparent and real-time system of collecting royalties to rid the industry of corruption.
It is unacceptable that an artist earns as little as 10,000 shillings a year, while those tasked with collecting their royalties pocket millions monthly.
We shall be honoring our artists by renaming some of the roads. One of the roads in South Sea shall be renamed after the great hero Isa.
As the 61st Jamhuri Day celebrations come to a close, President William Ruto has cautioned the public against what he has termed as disinformation and propaganda that is meant to discredit the gains made by the Kenya Kwanza administration. Nancy Okware reporting from Uhuru Gardens, Nairobi.
The National Jamhuri Day festives in Nairobi were a vibrant display of color, song and dance as hundreds braved the early morning chill to fill Uhuru Gardens, the venue of this year's event. The 61st Independence Day feat presided over by President William Ruto, so local musicians put their best foot forward to entertain their crowds, while the military parade was a spectacle complete with fighter jets and helicopter flyovers that thrilled the audience. Our reporter, Joseph Okuhungu, attended the event and brings us the sights and sounds.
Thursday morning at Uhuru Gardens in Nairobi. Hundreds gathered at the venue for this year's Jamhuri Day celebrations marking Kenya's 61st Independence Day. Once the guests were seated, President William Ruto was ushered into the venue. The president then proceeded to inspect the guard of honor mounted by the KDF services, including the Kenya Army, Kenya Air Force, and the Kenya Navy. Wajir Air Base became the latest military unit to receive the presidential and regimental colors, which, according to military tradition, symbolizes the honor granted to a unit or base in a ceremony known as the trooping of colors.
Kilaona anga cha Wajir na kuhakikisha ameshika vyema bendera hii na kupeana heshima yake kwa bendera hii.
The theme for this year's Jamhuri Day, jobs, labor, migration, entertainment and entrepreneurship, was evident throughout the event, with guests treated to performances by Kenyan artists and dance troupes. They performed gospel, pop and contemporary hits, blending the old and the new in true Jamhuri spirit. The crowd did not disappoint. Many wore colors of the national flag, while others donned traditional regalia, symbolizing unity in the diversity of Kenya's culture. Joseph Ohungu for Prime Edition.
Security was tight at the 61st Independence Day event at Uhuru Park in Nairobi. All entry points were heavily guarded by uniformed and plainclothes officers with sniffer dogs on patrol. Kenyans who attended the event were thoroughly screened before entering the venue. Our reporter Timothy Kipnusu paints a picture of the security in place during the celebrations.
Security officers patrolled the venue, their task clear, ensuring the celebrations went off without a hitch. A multi-agency team, including the National Youth Service, National Police Service and Kenya Defence Forces, screened attendees, directed traffic and ensured guests were seated in designated spots. With minimal incidents, those carrying bags faced longer waits as they were frisked by sniffer dogs before entry. The arrival of dignitaries, including Gambian President Adama Barrow, was closely monitored, with officers ensuring his safety and clearing the road for his arrival. Journalists without accreditation were turned away. The presidential motorcade was also fully secured as the president made his way to and from the gardens, the venue of the national celebrations.
Even as Kenya celebrates the men and women famously known as the freedom fighters, it is indeed evident that Kenya has come a long way, standing tall, gaining respect within and beyond borders, particularly in upholding the rule of law and democratic values. Timothy Kipnusu for Prime Edition, Uhuru Gardens, Nairobi.
Thank you, Timothy Kipnusu, for that report. Now, leaders across the divide have expressed divergent views on the country's growth and development 61 years after independence. During the Jamhuri Day festives, a section of the leaders analyzed the state of the nation and called on the government to address the high cost of living. Meanwhile, a section of Kenyans we spoke to expressed frustrations with inflation, unemployment, and the impact of high taxes, calling for bold political decisions to address these pressing issues. Here are their views.
Na tukiita trooping of the colors. Kwa hiyo utaona hapa
biashara hakuna juu, ushuru iko juu. Tunaomba president akipenda ashukisha ushuru.
Swala la ajira, sisi vijana wadogo wengine tuko na maidi nini, but tunakuja hapa nje hatuna kazi. Sisi ni Gen Z, sasa tumekuja kusikia maoni yake about Gen Z.
Maisha iko juu sana na tuwe aweze kuweka mambo ya afya ili watu waweze kuelewa.
Lakini kitu tunaudhika sana ni kuona football imeweka kipaumbele, na kama wacheshi, kuna actors, kuna modelers, hawafanyiwi kitu yote.
Na kama wanafanya handshake na rais mstaafu na wale wengine, wafanye handshake ya kujua kwamba uchumi wa Kenya umeimarika, lakini sio viongozi wenyewe. Ile kazi tunafanya ni kulima, ukipata daily bread unashukuru Mungu. Kwa hivyo kazi lazima tufanye pahali mtu anaona. Hata kama ni kushimba, hata kama ni kufagia choo, hata kama nini, bora uwe na pesa mfukoni.
Vijana wengi sasa wako kwa miadarati, umeona? Kwa sababu ajira hakuna. So kwa hivyo tunaomba siku zingine zinapokuja za hapo mbeleni, tafadhali viongozi wetu, kama mnatuona, mnatuelewa vizuri, mtufanyie wepesi mambo ya kuhesawa ya nyoke.
Lakini hii enzi ya siji digital era, vitu sio mzuri, vijana wanahangaika, hakuna pesa kwa mfuko. Wengi wao wamesoma degree na wako kwa pikipiki.
It seems that we have to re-strategize the economy and the state. People are not going well. People are staying in angry state.
Well, KBC always listens to you. Now, Jamhuri Day festives in Mombasa were marked with calls for residents to work closely with security agencies to tame insecurity, especially as the festive season kicks off. This was the clarion call by Mombasa County Commissioner Mohamed Noor during the county celebrations in Likoni. Noor urged the locals to report any incidences of crime and provide information to police officers in cases of suspicious activities.
Mwahima grounds in Likoni sub-county was a beehive of activities on Thursday as hundreds gathered for the Jamhuri Day celebrations in Mombasa County. It is during the celebrations that Mombasa County Commissioner Mohamed Noor reiterated the need for the locals to work hand in hand with security personnel to tame the surge in petty crimes and violent incidents in the county.
Tunashika vijana, amenyang'anya mtu simu, amenyang'anya mtu pengine kibeti yake. Mtu kama hiyo anatakana kustakiwa with robbery with violence. Lakini kwa sababu watu wanakataa kuandika statement, inakuwa ngumu, tunampeleka kotini, anafungwa mwezi 3. Lakini kama wananchi wangecooperate na sisi waandike statement, hiyo mtu anafungwa mwaka 10. Kwa sababu ametumia nguvu kuiba, robbery with violence. So tunataka tusaidiane, tushirikiane, tuone kwamba Mombasa inaenda mbele.
And as Mombasa County begins to witness an influx in the number of visitors for the holiday season, the county commissioner assured residents that security has been beefed up, with officers conducting additional patrols in areas considered high risk.
We shall do our best kuona kwamba wananchi wasumbuliwi. Mombasa watu wanaweza tembea wakati wanataka, unaweza fanya biashara wakati unataka, na vijana tuwatafutie kazi. Wale wameingia kwa mambo mabaya tuweze kuwasaidia, wale wameingia kwa mambo madawa tuweze kuwasaidia, kuona kwamba Kenya inaweza kwenda mbele.
This as Mombasa Governor Abdulsamad Nasir revealed that plans are underway to install CCTV cameras across the county in a bid to curb crime and ensure safety of the locals.
Hatuwezi kukubali uhalifu kuendelea na ilhali watu tunawaangalia wakiendelea hivi hivi. Hii program ya CCTV itakuwa katika Mombasa nzima. Tayari mpangilio umeshaanza. Kamera zitakazoanza ni 200 takriban na 80. Tutaangaliana na tutaweza kujua mwenye kufanya uhalifu ni nani.
Nasir further urged the residents to register under the Social Health Authority, assuring them that the government is working to resolve challenges within the healthcare system.
Hii SHA kwa wale wenye kujua ni jambo zuri, lakini ni lazima kidogo hapa na pale yale matatizo sisi kama viongozi tuyatatue, watu wetu waweze kusaidika. Hii wiki inayokuja panapo majaliwa tunamaliza kutatua na serikali kuu mambo kadhaa. Mishi, Madam Mokorises na MCA na mimi tutakota kila nyumba, kila wodi nitazunguka, nihakikishe ya kwa wale ambao kwamba hawawezi kujifaa watalipiwa na serikali yao.
Governor Nasir also disclosed that early childhood development education across the county will be free starting January next year.
Ikifika Januari, hakuna mtoto wa chekechea atalipa fee katika shule za kaunti ya Mombasa. Na tukisema Januari ni baada haya masiku. Ikifika tarehe 31 Disemba, deni la zamani endelea nalo, lakini fee ya wazazi kuambiwa walipe. Hii Januari, hiyo itakuwa ni jambo la sahau. Kwa yule mwenye kutaka kwenda nyumbani, nione mtu achaji fee kuanzia Januari hii.
For Prime Edition, I'm Abdulaziz Abeid.
Well, now from Mombasa, we do want to take you to the rest of the counties, but that is coming up shortly after our fast break.
Cake is on a mission. It makes our gums happy and our teeth strong. See? We're moving forward and making changes.
It's kind of a big thing.
Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth. And we'll leave no smile behind.
Star 570 hash. Option 1 kuna PS5 na ni full package na inakuja na JBL Party Box. Hiyo boom experience pia iko.
Wewe bro, nipatie hiyo receipt ya items. Wazi wazi.
Cheki, mimi sina ado hizo na
Excuse, nilete receipt yangu ya items. Asante.
Ni pesa ngapi? 3,000.
Hebu nisaidie na ile receipt ya items.
Nimeshinda mili. I'm the latest millionaire. Marry me, baby.
Yes! Guys, nimeshinda laptop. Nimeshinda TV 50 inches.
Nice na Risiti Legit promotion kutoka KRA. Download Risiti Legit app, scan QR code kwenye risiti yako, ujishindie zawadi kem kila wiki. Kuna grand prize ya milioni 3 kwa washindi 3 milioni kila mmoja.
Kenya Coast National Polytechnic is one of the leading TVET institutions in Kenya. Our hands-on training has ensured that our graduates acquire the necessary skills and competencies as required by the industry, leading to their absorption in the job market. We are inviting applications for various diploma, certificate and artisan courses for our January 2025 intake. We offer courses in maritime studies, engineering, health sciences, business and media studies, hospitality and tourism, ICT, driving courses and recognition of prior life learning programs among other courses. We accept KUCCPS and SSP students and also accept transfer students. For more information, call the number on the screen or visit our website. Kenya Coast National Polytechnic, a regional flagship maritime transport and logistics center.
The race for the African Union Commission chairperson is on. The stakes are high, the expectations higher. 54 countries. Who will lead Africa's vision? Catch the live debate this Friday, December 13th, 2024 at 7 p.m. on KBC Channel 1. Don't miss it as the candidates face off. The Mjadala Africa Debate.
Alright, listen up. Quality is on a mission. It makes our gums healthy and our teeth strong. See? We're moving forward and making changes.
It's kind of a big thing.
Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth. And we'll leave no smile behind.
Welcome back. Jamhuri Day celebrations were replicated in different counties across the country. In Mandera, the county observed Jamhuri Day with leaders emphasizing the need to improve healthcare and security in the area. In Kajiado, calls to reconstitute the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, that's the IEBC, took center stage during the Jamhuri Day celebrations held at Oloitip Stadium in Loitoktok, Kajiado, South Sab County. Halid Abdullahi brings you the report.
The anniversary of Kenya's independence from its colonial masters was marked with a colorful, well-coordinated fanfare across different counties. Mandera County marked Kenya's 61st Jamhuri Day in Ramu, Mandera North. Area Governor Mohamed Khalif called on residents to support the country's healthcare initiatives by registering.
Mambo ya SHA lazima watu wajiandike. Kuanzia saizi mtu akitafuta pesa ya hospitali tunauliza mara ya kwanza, wewe umejiandikisha kama membership SHA? Kama huna membership SHA hakuna haja unaosumbua watu kufanya harambe, kwa sababu serikali iko na programu nzuri sana.
Tushirikiane na maofisa wa serikali ili tuweze kupigana na hawa maramia ambao wanaleta uhasama kati ya wananchi wa Mandera County na Kenya yote kwa ujumla.
A call to reconstitute the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission dominated Kajiado Jamhuri celebrations held at Oloitip Stadium in Loitoktok, Kajiado South Sub-County.
We hope that the completion of constituting IEBC get complete, so that the many things that have not been able to be done because of lack of the commissioners of IEBC can be effected.
Murang'a County Commissioner Joshua Nkanatha has issued a stern warning to bar owners selling illicit liquor or operating without the necessary permits. Speaking during Jamhuri Day 2024 celebrations at Uhuru Stadium, Nkanatha indicated that the sale of illicit brews and drugs is still rampant in the county.
If you know you don't have a permit, please don't try to operate. Tutakuwa macho sana ndio tuhakikisha kwamba watu wetu hawataruhusiwa pombe ambaye haifai ama haijaruhusiwa.
In Narok County, the event was held at William Ole Ntimama Stadium. The day was also marked in Garissa, Bungoma, Kakamega and Meru counties.
Ni wakati ambao tunahitaji kuwa pamoja hasa kwa mambo ya usalama. Hapo vile mmeongea kuna wananchi vile umesema hapa awali kweli miezi mitatu ilikuwa imepita sisi kwa tumepata changamoto kuhusu mambo ya usalama.
Bottom up economic agenda ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba mwananchi ambaye ako chini kabisa amehusishwa katika mambo yote. Wale umepewa nafasi kufanya kazi, please let's work as a team. Tuache siasa, we move forward. Hii kaunti songe mbele.
We must respect each other as leaders so that we can lead the people. Tukigongana tukiwa viongozi ni tabia mbaya because hata wananchi wataanza kukosana.
In Nyandarua Jamhuri Day, celebrations were temporarily interrupted by locals at Engineer Stadium in Kinangop constituency. Immediately, the County Commissioner Jaldesa Abdirazak took to the podium to read President's speech. It was the same script but a different venue as rival factions turned the Jamhuri Day event into battleground in Rongo Sub-County, Migori County. Tensions had been simmering in the constituency after a recent publication by Mzalendo on the performance of members of parliament, which ranked the area member of parliament Paul Abur among the least vocal members in the National Assembly.
President William Ruto has conferred over 500 citizens with various state honors and awards during the Jamhuri Day luncheon hosted at State House, Nairobi. Among the awardees are General Charles Kahariri, Deputy Chief Justice Lady Justice Philomena Mwilu, and Inspector General Douglas Kanja, who received state commendations.
The 61st Jamhuri Day celebrations culminated in a grand ceremony at State House where President William Ruto honored exceptional Kenyans with state awards recognizing their outstanding contributions to the nation. The presidential awards include the Order of the Golden Heart, Order of the Burning Spear, and Order of the Grand Warrior. The awards are normally divided into 3 categories based on seniority: chief, elder, and moran.
This constitutional tradition is operationalized under the National Honours Act, Chapter 216A of the Laws of Kenya, grants the President the prerogative to confer national honours or national days in recognition of individuals who leave a lasting example of exceptional high sense of duty and service.
This year, General Charles Kahariri and Lady Justice Philomena Mwilu were among 7 awardees of the Elder of the Order of the Golden Heart. General Kahariri was awarded for exemplifying integrity and professionalism in his duties, while Lady Justice Philomena Mwilu was feted for her support for the needy and vulnerable in the society. Inspector General Douglas Kanja was also awarded the 3rd class of the Order of the Golden Heart. He was fitted for successfully spearheading various operations, notable of them being the multi-agency operation in neutralizing Dusit D2 terrorist attack. On the category of the Order of the Burning Spear, Molo MP Francis Kimani Kuria was among the awardees feted for his advocacy on youth leadership alongside 73 others. The late Kivuti Munikanjeri, Makadara Law Court's principal magistrate, who died in the line of duty while dispensing justice, was posthumously awarded Order of the Grand Warrior. Award-winning actress Sarah Hassan was also awarded the Order of the Grand Warrior for her contribution to the growth and global recognition of Kenya's film industry. The Silver Star of Kenya went to Colonel Benedetta Kikechi, feted for her extraordinary bravery and dedication, alongside APC Joseph Kikuvi for his bravery and service, alongside 17 others. Jacqueline Mashara for Prime Edition.
Now, as we celebrate Jamhuri Day, one iconic fast food restaurant in Nairobi takes us on a nostalgic journey through Kenya's independence history. Fish and Chicken, located at the junction of Mwindi Mbingu and Mokhtar Dada streets, has been serving Kenyans for over 6 decades. Edward Kabasa now narrates how this institution has evolved over the years while maintaining its reputation as the go-to restaurant.
Established in 1963, the year Kenya became a republic, this corner restaurant has become a household name, serving affordable and delicious meals to a rapidly urbanizing Nairobi. Amos Moniki has worked here for more than 25 years. He says that while the name has changed over the years, the spirit of the restaurant remains the same.
Tunakaa hapa juu ya mwenye kazi anatushika vizuri na tunashikamana. Naona that is why we can work here for almost 100 years. Tukiweza.
The restaurant stands as a testament of Kenya's journey since independence. Jesse Mburu has been buying chicken here for decades. He says from its beginnings in a newly Republican nation to its current status as a modern-day culinary favorite, the restaurant remains a place where generations of Kenyans come together to celebrate life and good food.
Biashara kama hii inatufunza kitu kimoja. Inaweza kuwa kama a family business. Yaani mtu akiwa ameanza business, anaweza kuuza watoto wake na yeye mwenyewe akiritaya, haritaya taende nyumbani, anaritaya na watch how the business is doing, anakuwa consultant.
Millions of customers have walked through that door, and many of them are still coming back, which begs the question, what makes a good restaurant?
We have maintained the machinery we used to use to cook chicken back then to date, so it makes our chicken stand out.
Amos says that it has not been smooth sailing.
Stima inakula pesa zenye huwezi amini. Ukifanya hesabu yako ya stima, kulipa watu wako, kulipa maji, kulipa nyumba, na tena juzi kama 2 years ago, mafuta imepanda sana. Ilitoka 1900 mpaka 3200 na bado inasonga.
On this Jamhuri Day, the restaurant reminds us that some traditions, like good food and a warm community, never go out of style. For Prime Edition, I am Edward Kabasa.
The International Court of Justice Jurist of the Year award has been presented to Law Society of Kenya President Faith Odhiambo. She was honored for her pivotal role in advocating for the rights of protesters during the youth-led protests, initiating a case against the then acting Inspector General Gideon Masengeli over the disappearance of 3 individuals and her ongoing fight for the legal rights of Kenyans. Jael Opicho with the details.
In the citation leading to her receiving the prestigious ICJ award, LSK President Faith Odhiambo was praised for her key role in defending the rights of protesters during the nationwide anti-finance bill protest and securing the release of those arrested through pro bono legal services.
I congratulate the judiciary for standing with human rights defenders as well as civil society for calling out arbitrary arrests and abductions, more now important than ever.
She was also recognized for leading the prosecution team that resulted in the acting Inspector General of Police, Gilbert Masengeli, being sanctioned for contempt of court following the disappearance of the Kitengela 3 who were later found. Norwegian Ambassador to Kenya, Ghana Andreas Holm, attending the ceremony, commended Kenya's vibrant democracy, stressing that freedom of expression and civic space must be protected to hold those in power accountable.
Norway has learned that transparency is one of the most powerful tools in combating corruption. So our legislation on Public Information Act is absolutely important in our society today.
In her acceptance speech, Odhiambo thanked Kenyans, ICJ Kenya and Jurist for recognizing her efforts. She dedicated the award to Kenyans for their unwavering fight for human rights and the rule of law.
We must stand firmly by the law and exemplify the values that make us worthy custodians of it. That high calling has been the driving force for the work we have done and successes we have achieved this year. And it is all that which has led to this award today.
We are sharply reminded of the tenacity required to push the bounds of the law in the pursuit of justice when we consider the accomplishments of this year's recipient of the award.
The Jurist of the Year award, established in 1993, is an annual honor recognizing jurists who consistently and fearlessly promote the rule of law and human rights. Opito Chemtai for Prime Edition.
And the 51st President of the Law Society of Kenya.
Hii ishafika na ni kubwa kubwa. Kweli? Hii Kristi ni bomba na Blue Santa kupitia star 570 hash option 1. Rudia. Star 570 hash option 1. Iko PlayStation 5 na 55 inch TV na iko 500,000 Kenyan shillings. Na mbuzi moja? Na mbuzi. 1 million Kenyan shillings na Samsung S24 Alpha. Na mbuzi moja? Iko 2 million Kenyan shillings na iPhone 16 Pro Max. Na mbuzi mbili. Blue Santa amekuja na zawadi kibao. Na ni kubwa kubwa. Hapa kuna ndogo ndogo. Hapa Christmas ni bomba.
Welcome back. Climate proponents are pushing for the inclusion of women with a disability in the decision-making bodies in matters of climate change. The group says that women with disability have been forgotten, yet they pay the highest price, especially during natural calamities related to climate change, such as floods and drought, among others.
In a 2-day training workshop to equip media practitioners with the necessary skills in handling topics related to climate change and those touching persons with disability, climate proponents underscored the need to bring to light stories that highlight the plights of persons with disability, especially women with disability who are more often forgotten when a climate change-related phenomena hit the country.
When we had recent floods, did we look at how did women with disability navigate the floods? Were they rescued? Did they have information? That is one. Did we have information about stories of women with disabilities who were washed away with floods? We don't talk about that.
We overlook many things that should be considered important, especially when it comes to women with disability and who are already I don't want to say part of the marginalized group, especially because we've been sensitized about that today. But they already have underlying issues that they go through as women.
The climate actors, in emphasizing the importance of inclusion of this group in major decision-making bodies in matters climate change, noted that they too are experts in different fields.
It is a right of people with disability to get information and also to be involved in the chain of information, to give out information, to be part of information, and even to tell their stories.
And I'm hoping that the media personalities who are here will be able to, educate other people who did not have the opportunity to attend this, so that we have a ripple effect.
The training workshop was organized by Inclusive Climate Change Adaptation for a Sustainable Africa, ICASA, in conjunction with Africa Climate Change Fund and Semiride.
I think for me the take home is that most farmers in Kenya are not using the correct fertilizer. So there is need for enhanced soil testing so that farmers get to know the kind of fertilizer that they need to use on their farms.
Opicho Chemtai for Prime Edition.
Dining on a floating restaurant or cruise offers an intimate atmosphere for loved ones, business partners to bond more. This is an experience that Kenyans have had to fly out to enjoy. However, the idea is now taking root with Kenyans investing in offering such experience on the Indian Ocean, lakes in Kenya, and smaller water bodies in places such as Nairobi. As Muchuma Odim narrates on this week's edition of Magical Scenes.
Floating restaurants or cruises offer an opportunity to get better views of buildings, flora and fauna along the shores of a water body. Most countries with cities on the shores of oceans, seas of large rivers have evening cruises for visitors to enjoy their dinner on boats, ferries or ship. Here in Kenya, such services have been taking root mostly along the coast. This is either by building a restaurant or converting a boat or ferry to offer dining services. The craze has caught up with Nairobi, unlike in other places where floating restaurants target many people in their tens or hundreds. Here in Karen, the experience is tailored to be more intimate. About 5 guests and a safety person board each of the 50 boats here for a dining experience. As a guest, you have the option of choosing whether to dine on a fuel-powered boat or one controlled by these ropes. Those looking for intimate experiences are among those who visit here.
It can be done to hold small events. Then the good thing is the bridge and all the restaurants are suspended on water. So sometimes we could set you a bit loose so that you enjoy the sway like somebody who's on a boat. Yeah, so it's you get to have the feeling of eating while you're floating. We try to let it look as natural as possible, and it's a new experience for those who've never been here. So I could say the swaying of the water and the fun bit of it, the coziness of the restaurants inside, it's an experience that you need to look forward to. There are those who enjoy a cool night by the pool, by the beach, nice and quiet with the breeze and everything. So the other side of the beach has very beautiful paintings.
We are also informed that students and researchers keen on zoology frequent this place due to the high number of birds in Karen.
You're enjoying the scenery of the water while you're having your official meetings.
Floating restaurants are perfect for sundowner and taking pictures of the sunset or sunrise. Chuma Odim, Magical Scenes in the county of Nairobi.
Air quality equality specialists are pushing for the involvement of men in ending femicide and gender-based violence and promoting a pollution-free environment. The group, through a dialogue held in Nairobi that brought together stakeholders in the transport sector, said the engaging men in discussion was paramount in ending the vice. This and other stories in our county's roundup.
Led by gender specialist at World Resource Institute Purity Nyambu, the group says incorporating men by letting them lead community discussions on the importance of respecting women's rights and the need to eliminate violence will help in fighting femicide and gender-based violence. The forum, which was sponsored by Clean Air Catalyst, WRI and NAPTA, was also centered on transport sector as one of the critical areas where the vice is highly perpetuated.
Let us come to the table and let us have conversations around gender-based violence. When somebody comes and tells you have been violated,
elsewhere in Busia, youths in Malaba commemorated the Jamhuri Day by cleaning the town. According to Millicent Kulubi, chairperson Malaba Youth Connect, the environmental-friendly initiative aims at creating a conducive environment which is business-friendly and in line with the climate change drive spearheaded by President William Ruto.
We should be responsible as youth first to ensure that after you've used that plastic bottle, water bottle, the bottle of soda that you have taken, ensure that you put it in the right place.
And in Homa Bay, Tomboya University has partnered with Kenya Shipyards Limited through a memorandum of understanding to establish a center of excellence focused on shipbuilding, repairs and maintenance. The collaboration, which aims at elevating the skills of local communities, will also contribute to the development of Kenya's maritime sector.
They are going to support us in the knowledge on how to build, repair the ships. That therefore means you can see access to the people who are actually also building their ships and repairing outside here, which are artisanal, that they are going to acquire advanced technology so that they can improve on the kind of ships that they use.
Finally, in Kakamega, the government has been urged to intervene and facilitate the registration of children in orphanage into the National Health Program. Christine Nakuku, the director of Shalom Children's Home in Malava constituency, says that they are currently forced to pay for the treatment of the children from their own pockets, which has become a big challenge. She made these remarks after receiving food aid and other supplies from the IG Teachers Association.
Kuna watoto wengi hawana wazazi. Sasa sisi tumechukua kutu wachache wenye tuko na uwezo wa kuchukua, kwa sababu mahali hapa pamejaa. Hata imefanya wale wa high school saa hizi tunawalipia tu fee, wakimaliza wanaenda kwa sababu hapa mahali hawawezi kutosha. Lakini watu tunalipa fee, wenye wako kwa college tunawalipia. Mzee huwa anang'ang'ana kutafuta pesa ili tuwalipie.
Mamlaka ya ukusanyaji ushuru nchini inakuletea kampeni ya umma ya G-Nice na Risiti Legit. Thibitisha risiti yako ukitumia app ya Risiti Legit, upate nafasi ya kuibuka mshindi wa zawadi kemkem kama vile shilingi milioni 1 pesa taslim, laptops, televisheni ya inchi 50, smartphones na zawadi zingine. Mombasa, Twasija. Tarehe 13 Ijumaa tutakuwa Sauti House, Moi Avenue, Canon Tower, Ganjoni, Likoni, Kenyatta Avenue, Sabasaba, Changamwe, Kisauni, Shanzu, Bombolulu na Kongowea. Pata app ya Risiti Legit kwa Google Play Store au App Store kwa maelezo ya kuingia katika mashindano ya Risiti Legit. G-Nice na Risiti Legit. KRA, tulipe ushuru tujitegemee.
Welcome back. A very good evening to you. It's now time for sports. My name is Karen Kibet. Now, the Special Olympics Kenyan athletes were among citizens who were conferred state awards by President William Ruto at State House today. So did the Mathare Youth Sports Association founder Bob Munro. Special Olympics athlete Purity Kandie was awarded the Head of State Commendation for her outstanding achievements in the Special Olympic Games, where she won gold and silver in the 50-meter sprint dash on 2 editions, the standing long jump, and a first-class model in dancing, which has changed perceptions towards persons with special needs. Victor Ljembe was also awarded the Head of State Commendation for his unwavering dedication to the Special Olympic movement, where he travels great distances to promote their cause. He is also a member of the outstanding Special Olympic handball and floorball teams and will be heading to Turin next year. The chairman and founder of Mathare Youth Sports Association, Bob Munro, was awarded the Elder of the Burning Spear for his long-standing dedication service to the less fortunate members of the society by using sports for development to transform many lives for the better.
Of all athletes, she is awarded Head of State Commendation, HSC.
Your Excellency, sir.
The World 10,000 meters and World Women Marathon records set by double Olympic champion Beatrice Chebet and Chicago Marathon champion Ruth Chepngetich, respectively, have now been ratified by World Athletics, among other records.
Here we go.
Just before winning 2 gold medals at the Paris Olympic Games, Chebet hit the headlines after smashing the world 10,000 meters record in Eugene after she covered 25 laps in 28 minutes 54.14 seconds, taking 7 seconds off the world record of 29 minutes 01.03 seconds set by Letesenbet Gide in Hengelo on 8th June 2021. Compatriot Ruth Chepngetich made waves with her stunning victory at the Chicago Marathon by obliterating the marathon world record by almost 2 minutes and became the first woman to cover the distance inside 2 hours and 10 minutes. Her winning time of 2 hours 09 minutes and 56 seconds ended the previous world record of 2 hours 11 minutes and 53 seconds set by Ethiopia's Tigits Asefa in Berlin on 24th September last year.
Can I see it? Are we going to see it? Are we going to see it? 2:09 something. Let's get her here, everybody. We have seen it. 2:09.56. Bring it on, Neil Armstrong. We have another woman that has done something just like you. This is amazing right here.
3 other world records set at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games were also ratified by World Athletics, including Swedish pole vaulter Mondo Duplantis' 6.25 meters jump.
World record at the Bank of America Chicago.
Thank you, Buckley, for that detailed report. Moving on. Kenya's representatives KPA and Equity Bank recorded mixed results in their opening matches of the East Africa Basketball Championship Cup ongoing at the Nyayo National Stadium. KPA stunned Le Hippos of Burundi 76-63 in their opening game, while Equity lost 64-83 to Dar City of Tanzania. The tournament has attracted a total of 6 teams from 3 nations, Tanzania, Kenya and Burundi. The other game saw ABC of Tanzania suffer a 75-84 loss to Remesha of Burundi. FIBA Africa chose Kenya to host the inaugural games to offer a platform for players within the Zone 5 region to develop skills and gain exposure to international standards so that more players can feature in the Basketball Africa League. KCB missed a chance to stretch their lead at the top of the Kenya Premier League table to 5 points after being held to a goalless draw by Sofapaka in the only game played today. KCB got into the match 2 points above second-placed Bandari and needed a win to move 5 points clear, but could not find the back of the net to walk away with just a point. That moved them 3 points clear of Bandari, who have a game at hand. Sofapaka's draw with KCB moves them up to the 8th position on 17th points, tying 7th place Kenya Police, who are yet to play 2 matches. Shabana will host KCB on Saturday, while Sofapaka await AFC Leopards test on Sunday. World Football Governing Body FIFA has confirmed that the 2034 Men's Football World Cup will be held in Saudi Arabia, while Spain, Portugal and Morocco will be joint hosts for the 2030 tournament.
The 2030 FIFA World Cup will mark a century since the first World Cup was held in Uruguay, and as a result, the bid will also see the South American nation handed a game along with Argentina and Paraguay.
Here's McAllister. Di Maria is the spare man. And how Di Maria! Glorious goal! Argentine gold!
The hosts for both World Cups were confirmed at an extraordinary FIFA Congress meeting following a vote. All 211 of FIFA's member nations were represented at the meeting over a video link. Argentina won the 2022 World Cup in the most dramatic way possible, beating France in a penalty shootout after a breathless 3-3 draw after extra time in Qatar.
Argentina, champions of the world!
And those were all the sports stories we had for you tonight. I'll see you tomorrow on Easy Friday. For now, I hand you back to my colleague, Cynthia Nyamai. Cynthia, happy Jamhuri Day.
Happy Jamhuri Day to you, Karen, and we're looking forward to Easy Friday with you again tomorrow. Now, from me and the rest of the team, we do want to wish you a very good evening.
Kila kunapokucha, tunatafakari kuhusu taifa linaloendelea kubadilika na kuafikia viwango vipya vya maendeleo. Kenya ipo katika enzi ya mabadiliko yanayotekelezwa chini ya mpango wa kiuchumi wa bottom up, ajenda inayolenga kumpa kila Mkenya fursa ya kujiendeleza na hivyo kuhakikisha ustawi wa kijamii.
We have been intentional on creating additional opportunities for young people in Kenya to work.
Ili kuafikia maono haya, mfanyakazi wa Kenya ndiye anayeangaziwa zaidi kwenye mpango huu. Kote duniani, Wakenya wametambuliwa kutokana na ukakamavu na ubunifu wao. Kwa mfano, tangu mwezi Julai mwaka 2023, zaidi ya Wakenya 105,000 wamepata ajira katika mataifa ya nje, huku Wakenya 17,000 zaidi wakiidhinishwa kwa fursa za kazi ughaibuni mwaka huu pekee.
Mpango wetu katika serikali ya Kenya Kwanza, mpango mpya, tukienda katika kila kaunti, ni kwamba kufikia mwaka ujao Aprili, Mei hapo, tuwe tumewapeleka watu karibu 500,000 ng'ambo. Kufikia mwaka ujao, mwisho wa mwaka, watu 1,000,000.
Mimi kama agronomist nimefurahia. Kama saizi nimepata opportunity ya kwenda outside the country, UK, kwenda kufanya ukulima. That's a good opportunity. We don't take it for granted. I'm very happy and so excited. There is a lot of money. Kuna kazi mingi zinafanywa ambazo hatufanyi Kenya, hapa Kenya. Na pia nimejua na gain a lot of skills. Nikikuja hapa Kenya, mambo itakuwa sawa kwangu.
The moment umepata opportunity ya kwenda huko, unaenda na the form you are, wakiona working skills zako ziko in a well good condition, wanakutumia tena invite ya kwenda huko. Na of which kama mimi sasa nilipata invite and I'm planning to go back. Nikienda huko tena nitapata pesa ya kujijenga vizuri sana.
Those jobs are there. It's a market that is free and is doing very well. Jobs are legit. There's something that you can be able to do. It's not necessarily ukae nyumbani. Toka, enda, ona vile nchi zingine zinafanya. You can come home and establish something different that has never been established.
Wauguzi wetu walio nchini Ujerumani na waalimu walioko nchini Qatar wanaendelea kung'aa.
TSC has actually developed a policy framework for engaging teachers outside the country and to ensure that our teachers get opportunities that are outside this country, but using a structured approach.
Pia Wakenya wanatia fora katika nyanja za kitaalamu, ujuzi maalum na pia katika kazi zisizohitaji ujuzi mkubwa. Hivyo basi wakiziba pengo la nafasi za kazi katika sekta mbalimbali. Mikataba kati ya Kenya na mataifa mbalimbali inaendelea kuchangia ongezeko la nafasi hizi za kazi.
Sometimes there are MOUs and using these agreements or MOUs, then we have a position from which to negotiate with another government and say, look, we have 100,000 or 20,000 or 500,000 of our citizens living and working in your country. Here are some minimum standards that we would like.
This is the very best opportunity to actually take advantage. And Bandari, as for now, is actually helping people through SCCWs to learn and get the skills for them to actually go work abroad.
Nashukuru serikali yetu kwa kuleta hii program wa vijana kama sisi kwenda majuu kufanya kazi huko. Wakienda huko majuu, wakikuja Kenya wanakuja na pesa, wanaanza kazi zao na wanaajiri vijana wengine wenye wakupata nafasi ya kwenda huko majuu.
The government has gone to the extent that wameenda nje kutafutia watu kazi. And through that, unaona wana create opportunities. So nazaambia vijana, take advantage of all these opportunities. Sisi wote hatuwezi kuwa employed Kenya.
Humu nchini, mamlaka ya kitaifa ya ajira yaani NEA iko mstari wa mbele kuwaunganisha Wakenya na nafasi mbalimbali za kazi. Mbali na juhudi hizo za NEA, mpango wa kutoa mafunzo ya kazi unaotekelezwa na tume ya kuajiri watumishi wa umma yaani PSC unawapa maelfu ya vijana uzoefu wa kazi wa moja kwa moja na hivyo kupunguza pengo lililopo kati ya waliohitimu na nafasi za ajira.
In the beginning of last year, when the PSC internship was advertised, I just applied. At the end of the year, around November, is when I was called for an interview. I've gotten a wide pool of mentors in my office. Everybody is just watching out for what you're doing, if you're comfortable, if everything okay with you. Then they are mentoring you in every aspect of life.
All opportunities ambazo government inatoa inakuwa kwenye ile portal yao. Kwa sababu unapata job opportunities zinakuwa posted hapo. Internship opportunities zinakuwa posted hapo. Na wasihi vijana wenzangu, hata kama una bundles kadogo, unaweza ingia pale, utapata job opportunities, utapata internship opportunities, and you just apply, and it is free and fair. Mimi nimepata na mtu mwingine yote anaweza kupata.
Uchumi wa Kenya unaendelea kuonyesha ustahimilivu na ukuaji. Kulingana na ripoti ya uchumi ya hivi punde kutoka shirika la kitaifa la takwimu nchini, katika sekta rasmi, ajira iliongezeka kwa 4.1%, huku sekta isiyo rasmi ikikua kwa 4.5%. Sekta ya kibinafsi ilichangia kwa kiwango kikubwa ukuaji huu wa ajira. Sekta ya utayarishaji bidhaa ilibuni nafasi za kazi 340,600. Nayo nyanja ya kilimo, misitu na uvuvi ikichangia nafasi za kazi zaidi ya 302,400.
Nimeweza kujishughulisha katika hizi njia za ukulima ili kuweza kupata ajira mimi binafsi na hata kuajiri wenzangu directly and indirectly, kwa sababu huko ndio pesa ziko.
Biashara ya jumla na rejareja pamoja na vituo vya kurekebisha magari vilibuni nafasi za kazi 270,700. Kadhalika, sekta ya elimu ilibuni zaidi ya nafasi za kazi 234,600, ilhali sekta ya ujenzi ikizalisha kazi 226,300.
Nimekuwa na supply hapa poles zenye naona, na hiyo imenisaidia sana, hasa mimi na wengine hapo wengi. Hii kitu ikiendelea na ikuwe mzuri, tutapata yale mapato ambayo inaweza kusaidia hii nchi.
Ukuaji huu ni dhihirisho tosha la mpango madhubuti wa serikali unaoipa kipaumbele ubunifu katika sekta za utengenezaji bidhaa.
I started off as an incubatee, then I was graduated from an incubatee into an SME, and through SME now I was able to develop footwear for myself through Kenya Industrial Research Support. They were able to take us through KEBS, and they were able to also put us through the market.
Hatua hizi zinabuni nafasi za kazi moja kwa moja na zisizo za moja kwa moja, na hivyo kuendeleza ustawi wa uchumi wa Kenya.
I got a passion to do digital marketing. So me per now, I am a digital marketing specialist. All my money I get from digital marketing. The job is really flexible because you are your own boss. Actually, Jitume helped me a lot. Without Jitume, I could have not been trained. I don't know if I could have been earning right now. The future works online.
Digital hubs are fully equipped with free internet, the laptops, the computers, which are available for them for use. We don't charge anything. It's totally free. And it's not restricted. You can be able to just walk in, access the services and walk out.
Hatua ya serikali ya kutambua ujuzi wa awali, yani recognition of prior learning, inaendelea kurasimisha ujuzi wa mafundi katika sekta ya jua kali, na hivyo kuwapa ushindani katika sekta ya kazi humu nchini na kimataifa.
Sikuwa na barua ama certificate yoyote ya kuonyeshana mimi ni mfundi. Nita wakakuja hapa wakatusaidia. Kasema watatupatia makaratasi ya kuonyeshana wewe ni fundi. Mimi sasa niko mbele juu, hata hii manyumba ikiisha, mimi nitakuwa na certificate.
Ujasiriamali ambao ni uti wa mgongo wa uchumi wa Kenya unaendelea kushamiri. Kuanzia teknolojia zinazochangia ukuaji wa kilimo na majukwaa ya kuwawezesha wakulima kifedha, wataalamu wetu wanatatua changamoto zinazowakabili wa Kenya kupitia ubunifu wao.
I was looking for a space whereby I can do my value addition. I never had enough machineries, and that's when I came to Kirdi. We come and dry the sweet potatoes, then because Kirdi has all that facility. For me, I can't have that all facility. I had a small oven, but now because of Kirdi, I have a bigger machine. So per day I can bake 6 to 8 kgs.
Huku wakipigwa jeki na mipango ya serikali, wajasiriamali hawa wanaendelea kujenga Kenya iliyoendelevu na inayojumuisha wote. Sekta ya burudani nchini Kenya ni mojawapo wa sekta inayobuni nafasi za kazi. Muziki, filamu na vipindi vya kidijitali mtandaoni zinachangia ukuaji wa utamaduni wetu na pia kuchochea ukuaji wa uchumi. Uwekezaji katika mafunzo na kuungwa mkono kwa sekta ya ubunifu na serikali umewezesha wasanii kutia fora katika ngazi za kimataifa na kuunganisha mashabiki wao kote duniani kupitia hadithi na midundo asili ya Kenya.
Nikisikia mwenzangu anatumia talanta yake kujikimu kimaisha, hilo ni swala zuri na jambo zuri, kwa sababu siku hizi kazi hakuna isipokuwa watu wanatumia ujuzi walionao. Kwa hiyo sanaa inalipa na sanaa ni kazi nzuri. Pia si jambo rahisi kuanza, ila inataka ukakamavu, ujasiri na kujiamini.
Kurima dede, kurima undariani.
For a country that have very sharp brains, and I'm speaking as a Kenyan, we are very sharp by the way. Why is it that we do not want to see entertainment as a serious opportunity for employment? I think it's the biggest, most single employer right now.
Tunapokumbatia hatua hizi, tunaendelea kukabiliana na mabadiliko ya hali ya anga na ukosefu wa ajira kupitia mikakati mbalimbali kama mpango wa kazi kwa vijana maarufu kama Climate Works mtaani. Kwa kubuni nafasi za kazi zaidi ya 1200 kote nchini, mpango huu unadhihirisha kujitolea kwa Wakenya kulinda mazingira. Wakenya walio ughaibuni pia ni nguzo kuu ya maendeleo ya kiuchumi na kijamii nchini. Fedha walizotuma humu nchini mwaka jana zilifikia dola bilioni 4.19 na kusaidia pakubwa familia zao na kuendeleza uchumi wa Kenya. Lengo la serikali la kupokea shilingi trilioni 1 kila mwaka ifikiapo mwaka 2027 linaashiria uhusiano bora kati ya Wakenya walio ng'ambo na nchi yao.
It is the leading foreign exchange earner. And we are working hard. That's why we have done everything possible to ensure that people requiring passports get them as soon as 3 days.
I did my application on 30th November, and on 18th I received my message. I was surprised juu ni wiki mbili na siku tatu.
Nimekuja ku-apply for a passport. Katika hali ya kazi, kwa kampuni yetu kapata kazi kule nje hapo Ethiopia. Nikamwambia lazima nipate passport. Sikuwa nafikiri naweza chukua muda kidogo vile nimechukua leo. Imekuwa haraka mpaka nikashindwa nilikuwa nafikiri itachukua the whole day. Kina thank God. Things have been streamlined. Mbona mambo yanaenda nyueni. Nikasema hallelujah.
Uhusiano uliopo kati ya Wakenya walio nchi za nje, kubuniwa kwa nafasi za kazi humu nchini, ujasiriamali na sekta ya burudani unaleta taswira ya matumaini na maendeleo. Katika sikukuu hii ya Jamhuri, tunasherehekea uhuru wetu, ukakamavu na umoja wetu kuafikia maendeleo na ustawi na kuinua maisha ya kila raia. Kenya, tunaungana pamoja katika kuleta mageuzi.
Sote wananchi tushangilie.